a lot of us guys are going through emotional damage.
Okay.
This is where we get to tea with D, right?
Yeah.
And you find that your family sometimes has treated you so badly, and they're still in your life, stressing you out, black tax, making you feel like you're the black sheep of the family, never appreciating what you do. But you keep standing saying that blood is thicker than water.
Yeah, true.
That I cannot leave my people because they're the only people who will be around around me when I'm in need of something. It reminds me of back in the day. Whew, I'm going to get personal now.
Okay.
Back in the day, we used to watch our aunties and uncles bash one particular uncle because he married out of the community of the tribe,
like they say.
And they really bashed that woman down, the wife of my uncle.
Okay.
And it got to a point where she had to create boundaries because she's like, you know what, just because I'm not from this particular community, you don't have to treat me a certain way.
Yeah.
And she actually left my uncle because she was like, I'm not going to tolerate this, and she went with the kids. Fast forward, my uncle passes away.
Pole.
And he had remarried again.
Okay.
So this other girl he's remarried, they don't want her because she's too young again. Right?
Yeah.
They're always in somebody's business, and it destroys that man. It destroyed that man so much that he stopped taking his own medication just to say, you know what, I am done. I can't. My family has bashed me all these years, has ruined my relationships. He didn't even have relationships with his children from the first wife because of all the bashing that was going on, right?
Okay.
And I wish that he had created boundaries that I'm standing with the person I've chosen. I'm standing with my kids, because now there are a lot of people on their kids, his kids, who are broken.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yes, they don't have a place to call home because if they go home, they will not be appreciated and accepted because of this. Because of the stupidity, let me say, of the family members. Sometimes it's important to draw boundaries. I don't know whether you have gotten to a place where you had to draw a boundary and tell somebody, no, you cannot do that to me.
Yeah, true. They always say family is friends are the family you choose, and the family is the one to get, so you don't get an option. And there's something you sent me today about Tyler Perry buying the dad something, despite
2 houses.
Yeah, despite him being the genesis of his pain, and that actually got me, and actually twisted my mind today. So today I'm going to actually be on the corner of my stepdad.
Ooh,
and the funny thing, thanks to you, like I learned everything. I learned a lot from you, actually, Dee. And I was thinking, because at the moment, the brothers are bashing him because of a plot of Shambaya Chai, for the lack of the better word, in somewhere in Kisii. And I was, because he's the firstborn, and all of them have actually developed their own places. They have their own places, and since he's the firstborn, he was left with the mantle of sharing. And there's something you told me before about women and inheritance. Are women supposed to get inheritance or they left? And these are the sisters who are actually bashing him. And I'm wondering, even in other business, some places you find that businesses have stalled, and you're wondering, you guys can actually share these things, but then it's just I don't know, for the lack of that stupidity thing you've said before, and we can just sit down and decide this is what is going to be done. You're going to get this percentage, you got to get this percentage, you're going to get this percentage, and it figures a point you're like, no, I don't know what he's planning to do. We've not touched wood base in a minute, but I really want to know why and how do you get to a point where you're fighting your own. There's so much happening out here. You're fighting so many battles out there. I'm one individual believe home is where your heart belongs. Can't be where now your mind is going when like I'm from work now, I'm going home.
I don't want to go home.
Where can I go?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's the highest time people thought we're together.
Yes.
Communication is vital.
Right.
You don't have to like me, but just respect my boundaries. Same way you spoke about your uncle. I think the best thing your uncle could have done, the buck stops with him. Protect your wife, and the rest will do.
But if people keep telling you she's not good enough, you're going to eventually cave in.
Yeah.
And for me now in my life, I have created boundaries that, first of all, we do not live with relatives in the same house.
True. Tick.
I'm like, you're my family, stay far where you are. I'm not going to be able to tolerate you living in my house. That is exactly what my parents did, and also that ruined their lives, right?
Yeah.
And when you ask me certain questions as an auntie or an uncle, I'll be like, who are you to ask me again?
Yeah,
tell me who died and made you king of my world?
Yeah.
Those are kind of boundaries that I have put in place, which brings the question, how do you deal or how do you set boundaries with your family in your family relations?
Yes, go to our social, that is Radio Gen KE on Instagram and X, Radio Generation Kenya on Facebook, hashtag T with the hashtag The Power Driver. Better send me a voice note on 01169286883. Let me know what you think. Pour your heart out. This is a safe space.
Radio Generation. Home of hard truths and bold insights.